I think the biggest component that motivated me to take the leadership program was independent nature. Both in the fact that in my field of discipline, the options for higher education are somewhat limited, and this gave me an opportunity to push the edges of my discipline, as well as fit it into what is a busy schedule of a married guy with kids and a real job.
I was looking for a master's program that wouldn't take me or my efforts away from my job. The Master's in Leadership program actually enhances my job performance.
I took the leadership program because I wanted to better help the students that I work with. I wanted to learn to be a better leader and really kind of learn more about leadership as a whole, and not just my career, but also, for future endeavors for grad school or for, a future position or so forth.
The leadership program was very attractive to me because my background is in administration and curriculum, and I thought I just wanted to complement those two things and do something a little more diverse. So the leadership program just complements what I had before, what I had done before.
Probably all aspects have made it useful for me in my work. Its job-embedded nature has given me the ability to spend all my extra time studying, actually doing extra time working at the same time. It's kind of making me look like the bright guy around the office because they think I'm an overachiever, but in actuality I'm just picking up projects and creating projects that are going to expand my horizons, push my discipline and field to new levels. So every aspect has been good in my job.
Individualization, flexibility, choice. Flexibility implies you can choose, and so trying to empower the student to make choices on what they want to learn is so liberating that I think just having choice is going to help them learn more. It's what I wish I could have taken.
My projects and papers are all based on real-world experiences. This means there's no busy work. All assignments are practical and help me to think deeply.
The program is really focuses on individualizing it, and so I could make it my own. So really I looked at different aspects of my position working for Andrews in enrollment, and really trying to kind of incorporate what I was learning in class to my job every day.
I was really attracted to the job embeddedness of this program. Being job embedded, it made the things I did in my job more intentional. I was more conscious of, as I learned through the journey about theories and those kinds of things, they became a little bit more meaningful to me, and I looked in my work to see where I was making applications. So that was a very attractive piece, and it has been. In addition, I really like the community learning, learning with my group, and always having somebody to call on. Of course, sometimes I wish I could have gotten some more, but that was very helpful.
Actually, it has been the most innovative program and the most personalized program that we have here on the campus of Andrews University.
I would say it's a great tool to have. The teachers are great. My advisor was very helpful in really kind of pinpointing what aspects I wanted to study, what I really wanted to kind of focus on in higher ed. It's a tool you can use for really any career you're going into.
When people actually complete their competencies and they do their portfolio presentation in the end, according to what they promised they would actually do, they often also inform us that they have already been promoted in their job because their boss has actually seen that the quality of their work has really improved. This program is very flexible, and it will adjust to you if you are comfortable with ambiguity. But leadership is ambiguous, so it should fit you well.
The professors and classes are flexible, and my advisor is ever helpful. And I actually see my performance at my job improving. This program is completely job embedded. You won't find another program like it.
Don't be afraid. Jump in.
Well, I would say that the biggest thing is find your passion and use leadership, use what you learn in the class to really incorporate that into your own life. Because some people are wanting to do work in higher education. Some people are wanting to work in healthcare. Some people are wanting to work in, secondary education or, elementary education. You can really apply what you learn in the leadership program in really any aspect of your future or your future career or, academics and so forth.
Getting DGs was a disaster for me. It just lengthened my program as well as made it very difficult. And so if there's one warning I want to give to anybody coming into this program, is to follow the protocol, stick with schedules, stay focused.
One of the most important things in this program, when you are full-time working and you are full-time PhD students or graduate students doing a master's or a specialist degree, you will have to find ways to keep balance. And what that means is you won't make it on donuts and coffee, because when your mind is being stimulated through sugar and through caffeine, the kinds of papers that you typically will write, they will be good for memos in your company, but it won't be the kind of reflective work that is necessary for studies. So what we have done is we are telling people very upfront, make sure you get your exercise, make sure you drink enough water, make sure you have wholesome, balanced nutrition that supports you during these next 4, 5, 6, 7 years, because we don't want you to get sick. And occasionally we have had people get sick, but it's amazing how many people actually have pulled through the program and are still married, and they are actually healthier in the end sometimes than when they started. The way we interact with students is, first of all, we don't call them students. Everybody in this program is a participant, on the faculty side as well as on the applicant side. Why? Because we're learning together. Believe it or not, I learn just as much from the participants as they learn from me. These are online classes. We work in groups. We apply what we are reading, and often we create new theory. And it's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of hard work. We are relatively easily accessible. And believe it or not, sometimes I work on Sundays. I don't know any program where the program is so context embedded that you will win on two sides. Number one, you will get an academic degree, but number two, you are improving your work and your life as you are doing it. Now, you have to be careful that you really know how to manage your time, because working full-time, which is a requirement for this program, and doing a PhD is no easy thing.
Individualized nature of our program allows me as an advisor, or the regional group that the student is participating in, or a colleague at work, to give the individual direct, personalized, step-by-step, iterative feedback that leads them to a new growth. It's more like mentoring, more like coaching than standing in front of a classroom. And when it comes to leadership development, that's what you need.
I think that this program is a surprise to many people because it's very individualized. That means you write your own leadership and learning plan. It's an individualized learning plan where you decide what you want to do with the competencies. It looks interesting and it looks easy, but many have found it's actually quite demanding. This program is built on a philosophy of learning that really works with those who want to go in depth, but they are already in a professional situation.
We can give you feedback, iterative, for a short period of time, and when you're done, you say, wow, that was concentrated learning that has changed my life and made me a better learner and made me a better leader because I'm more reflective and more able to learn. But leadership, when it comes to leadership, has to be taught in this type of environment.
What happens is you will really, in a very deep way, apply what you are learning, and it sticks. You don't have to learn for comprehensive exams because you have your experience that is based already on a theoretical foundation that you're using every day.
I've taught classrooms for decades. I used to teach classrooms with 96 students in it. You can't get very personal with 96 students, and so teaching tends to take on a I stand and deliver motif. Now, it is true that you could do cooperative learning in even large classrooms, break it down and have tighter experiences. And we do that. We disseminate knowledge to people. I have videos that I put up on my websites. I like to teach and talk a lot, but I realize talking is not the same as teaching. Teaching, and Sir Ken Robinson, in his new video that he put on the web in May 2013, just recently, he talks about creative learning. And one of his lines I really like, he talks about the verbs that we use to understand learning, and like teaching. What does it mean to teach? And for him, teaching is a verb, but it's not the same as talking or conveying information. Teaching occurs when the recipient learns something. What teaching has slowly come to mean is not whether I'm, as a teacher, talking or explaining things, but whether you, as a participant experiencing my verb, my action of teaching, are you learning from me? And so this is hard to do when we have one-size-fits-all lectures. We can. I mean, we can convey didactic knowledge, and there's a place for that. Here's the information. But probably the most transformative learning is when this individual participant receives the learning, incorporates it, and is engaged in their own change of thinking, their own change of action, change of behavior, or change of attitudes, or change of perspective.
One of the unique aspects of the doctoral program and the master's program is that people have to function in a leadership and learning group throughout the entire time of their program. So what's the purpose of the group? The purpose of a leadership and learning group, 2 words: leadership. It's an opportunity to actually use a bunch of leadership sort of skills, relational skills, and learning, that we accentuate that learning happens during those groups, and it happens in several ways. But the primary way and the bottom line is that each one of the competencies have to be signed off and feedback given to the participant from the group members. And this is kind of tricky business, but it's amazing how it works. People learn from each other, from reading reflection papers, from looking at artifacts, and then when that final number gets posted, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is evidence that then we use at the university for our broad-based assessment programs. And we're very happy with our assessment process and really thankful that the leadership and learning groups function the way they do. Now, of course, every group has issues and problems from time to time. And so, amazing. That's just leadership. So leadership is learning to function with people in relationship, and those groups really give a prime opportunity for people to figure out how to deal with accountability, how to get what they need, how to give what other people need, how to listen to one another, how to speak well their truths, their needs, and it's one of the definitely unique things about our